Hi, today we're at Fortune's Rocks Beach in Biddeford, Maine, and it's a gorgeous beach for a nice long walk. It's nice and flat, and the only time you might have a little trouble is at high tide, but we're here almost at low tide, and it's been a wonderful beach to walk. I want you to look down and see what I found for treasures today. I found some beautiful rocks, and I've only picked up two, although I've seen many that I would love to paint or just to have in my collection. And lots of acorns too, because it is still fall, I suppose we could say. It's November, and it's a beautiful day. Now here's some clams, and here's the quahog, or hardshell clam, and you can see the purple around the rim. That helps to tell me that that's a quahog. And here is another little one. And then here's a couple surf clams, the little surf clam, and then a larger surf clam. See how pretty? So there's a few clams. And then here is the jackknife clam, also called the common razor clam. That's a jackknife clam. And here's a big old piece there, and a couple that are still together, even though they're broken a little bit. Now another shell that I find on northern beaches is this great pittock. It's from the great pittock, and it's got beautiful pattern in it that really is distinct. I have never found a whole one yet, but I'm going to keep looking. But that's a nice big piece. These are beautiful too. They have beautiful waves in the shell. Now, one of the best finds of the day, this was a real treasure to me, is to find a sea urchin. And they don't call it a shell, they call it a test. A sea urchin test. Here's one that I just found, so that's really special too. Those are tough to find. They break easy. So if you have something to put them in, like I had a little tin, that really came in handy. So this one actually still has a little bit of its spines on it. See, it has a little bit remnants of the spines. And I can just sort of roll them off a little bit, but I want to be careful because those will break easy. So those are two sea urchin tests. Okay? And then this one is kind of a nice find too, because I don't always find the bay scallops as much on the northern beaches, but there's a beautiful little bay scallop. And I was really hoping to find a sand dollar today, but all we found was pieces. But that's okay. Where there are pieces, there's a chance that you might find a whole one. So these are actually related, the sand dollar and the sea urchin. They're more closely related than to the clams and to the snails. So back here, I've got some snails grouped. It looks like I have a periwinkle snail and a dog winkle. I also like to call them, they're also dog whelks. So periwinkles, dog winkles. These look like this might be a piece of a northern moon snail. Here's another piece of a snail. It looks like a periwinkle. A couple slipper shells, common slipper shell. Found quite a few of those. And we found a lot of blue mussels. Here's a partial shell. This is really pretty. And you can see here's two shells together. So that forms the whole bivalve, the whole blue mussel. And what I'm seeing a lot of on this beach is the kelp is attached to the mussel shell. And it's attached by a hold fast. Can you see that? It's like the roots of a plant, except that it really just anchors the kelp to something heavy so that it can float in the water. And I can see that this looks like it's a bit of a sea colander, which is a kelp, the sea colander, because I can tell because of the holes in it. So a lot of those today, a lot of neat shells, but definitely the treasure of the day, I'd say, was that sea urchin and the bay scallop. But a beautiful beach, and I want to leave you with a little panorama of it. Enjoy.